My name is Maryam Kanwer, and I'm here on behalf of the Baloch community. So they are an ethnic group, and this particular group, they are based in a territory which is shared between Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iran. So today is the 7th Baloch conference, and they are here to campaign about what's happening in Balochistan. So basically what's happening in Balochistan, it's genocide of Baloch people, which is ongoing. And why I'm saying genocide, I know that, it's legal, it's a legal terminology. But then when we see what's happening in Balochistan, from the enforced disappearances of political activists, students, teachers, doctors, the femicide of Baloch women, then we can call that, it's like ethnic cleansing, and the genocide of Baloch people is happening in Balochistan by the Pakistani state. Why we are here in Geneva? Because it's the 60th Human Rights Council, which is sitting now in the UN. And UN is an international platform. And why we are here? Because we want to, raise awareness about what's happening in Balochistan, and why it is everyone's duty to basically support these indigenous movements and their right to self-determination, because Baloch are fighting for the right of self-determination, as well as about, they're also challenging the Pakistan state because they are involved in gruesome human rights violations. So that is what is happening right now. Baloch leaders like women leaders, Maryam Baloch, Bebo Baloch, Gulzadi Baloch, and the other political leaders, Biberg Baloch, they all, and others, so many others, they are detained under 3 MPO, which is colonial law, and it's still applied in Pakistan by the Pakistan state. There is enforced disappearances going on. Even the children, 11-year-old children, they are charged as under Terrorist Act. So it's like the violations are horrific, and the Baloch people, they are demanding for their right to self-determination. They're also demanding the UN to raise awareness about what's happening in Balochistan, and also to that UN they have one demand today, which when I was listening, that they have demand from the UN to form a fact-finding mission to investigate human rights violations, and most importantly, enforced disappearances in Balochistan. As Amnesty has said, it's kill and dump policy that's been happening since 2 decades in Balochistan. So there are many challenges that are faced by the Baloch women in particular. We live in a patriarchal world, not just, any patriarchal societies. I would say all societies in the world are patriarchal. So Baloch women, they also face patriarchy, but then from the society as well. But most challenging is the state patriarchy they face. There are so many challenges. Baloch women right now, they are detained under 3 MPO, which I have already mentioned. 2 of the Baloch women, they are forcibly disappeared, and nobody knows about their whereabouts. And then there has been incidents when Baloch women, they have been killed by state-run death squads, which are informal or formal militias, but they are run by the state. So there are definitely state patriarchy, societal pressures, but then mainly it's the state that, the pressures from the state, enforced disappearances, human rights violations, abductions. They face all these challenges. Students, when we come to Baloch students, there has been a few years ago, there were cameras installed in the women toilets in the Baloch University. So the surveillance cameras in the toilets in the Baloch University, in women toilets, they were found. So they are also facing harassment, blackmail from the state authorities and state-backed groups. So these are, some of the challenges that the Baloch women face. And historically, when we see Baloch women, they have always contributed in the movement, in the broader Baloch movement for the rights and for the rights to self-determination. So in 2021, Baloch leader, a Baloch activist, Karima Baloch, she was part of the Baloch national movement, the very movement, who have organized this session here in Geneva today. She was mysteriously found dead in Canada. I knew her from Karachi. I have worked with her when she was a student. She was the president of a student group, Baloch student group, BSO. And she was an amazing leader, and a very visionary leader. So Baloch women, historically, they have played their part. So, when we see the role of Baloch women, they have been challenging patriarchy. They have been challenging state patriarchy as well as the societal pressures. So Karima comes from a far-fledged, a very remote town in Balochistan. And then being a woman, very active in politics, she has played her part. And it's very unfortunate that, she's been mysteriously found dead in Canada. And then, we don't see any thorough investigation. So now when we see the contemporary Baloch movement, we see that, Baloch women, and I think it's across genders. So they are playing their part. You will see when you follow, Baloch politics, what is happening, because the state pressure is so much that you will see that a 7-year-old, 8-year-old is also, part of the movement. She's making speeches. So I would say, there is this, I think, 8 or 9-year-old Fatima Baloch. So she's also part of the movement, and she's making fiery speeches. So I would say that the Pakistani state, because of the violence they have, installed against the Baloch people, they have educated Baloch people and the Baloch women and the Baloch young girls that now they are becoming the voice of the Baloch cause. So in future, I'm seeing actually a very bright future, that because everyone across genders and across ages, they are very much aware of what's happening to them and how their resources are being looted by the Pakistan state and also the international companies. So because Balochistan is a very mineral-rich, territory. I don't want to call it a province, because Baloch people, they have been sacrificing with their lives for their independence. So right now it's a province, one of the 4 provinces in Pakistan. But the Baloch people, since 1948, they have been fighting for their independence. In 1948, Balochistan was forcefully annexed with Pakistan by the Pakistan state.